Hey everyone, it's me, John Walther, and today I'm going to show you how you can import a scene like this with over 6 million polygons and 3,000 instances in just a few clicks using USD. And you can see I'm getting about 100 FPS on high settings. If I set it to cinematic, I'm getting a bit less, like 70, which is, for me, that's still pretty good for a block out. And even if I turn on ray tracing, I'm basically getting similar FPS somehow. So how did I do this? Well, like I mentioned, using USD, right? So if you don't know what USD is, you could go to openusd.org, and there's a lot of information here. And it's described as a software platform, but I don't really like that description because it can mean basically anything. So the way I like to think of it is it's a way of storing 3D scenes in a file. And it can store all kinds of data, for example, geometry, shading, lighting, and physics. But we're really interested in the geometry. And you can create your own USD schemas, which is basically your own data structures. And this is what's actually used in Nanite assemblies in Unreal, which is what they're using for their foliage, for Nanite foliage, right? So they've created their own custom USD schema specifically for this to represent Nanite foliage and Nanite assemblies. So if you thought you could get away with using Unreal and not learning USD, you're wrong. But luckily for you, I'm going to show you how it works. So I have this scene here in Unreal that Sasha sent me as a USD file. So I'll show you how to import something like that. Now it's a little bit different in every DCC. I'm going to make a tutorial next week showing how to do this on the Houdini side. But basically, Sasha set this up in 3ds Max. And all he did was make sure that everything's using instances and that it has material IDs. So you can see I have the scene here, and it's 20 megabytes, which is nothing considering it's over 6 million polygons and over 3,000 instances, right? So I'm going to import this. I'm going to put it in this test folder that I created just for this tutorial. And you can see I have thousands of instances here, but it's going to import correctly. You'll see in a second. So here I have actors ticked, geometry ticked, and materials and textures ticked. The only other thing you need is you need to set kinds to collapse. Make sure nothing's here, no flag set. I'm pretty sure you can also just turn this off, the use prim kinds for collapsing. I think that does the same thing. So there you go. I'm going to import it. It should be pretty fast. And there you go. It's already done. And now if I go look at that test folder that I pointed to, I have materials and static meshes. So it created all the materials here. The first time we imported this, we created all the materials at the same time. So we just set up triplanars for everything, very simple since it's just a blockout. And then what's really cool is it creates all these static meshes. So it created 199 static meshes. Everything's unique. And then everything in the scene is modular instances that are pointing to these static meshes. So I didn't have to set anything up. This is why I'm getting 100 FPS. And this is a really great way to work if you're working with a concept artist who's, doing your modular kits, because you can import, for blockout, right? You can import all your blockout kits super fast like this, and then you can start to make your own layouts in the engine using the kits, right? So this is super cool, super powerful workflow. So if we go back to the scene that I was showing at the beginning, yeah, this is literally how we set up this scene, right? So it's exactly as I just showed, and then all we did was assign triplanars to the modules and obviously put a little water shader just for fun there. And yeah, you can see I'm still getting 100 FPS. So there you go. Hope that was useful for you, and have a good one.